Let's do some health right here on TV3 New Day. And it's been all about the women. Today, we are catering to the men in our life. So if you're a man, please pull a chair, take a seat. Let's have a little discussion on the male reproductive system, concentrating on infertility in men. But before I start with all of that, I would love to let you know that 3FM, our radio station, is going through a bit of a technical challenge. So we are off air right now, but technicians are working around the clock to make sure that we are back on air. So just in case you're tuned in and it's gone off, then please know that it's a technical challenge that we are going through. We'll be right back on air in no time. But just in case you flip to another channel, come back quickly because we'll be back on air soon. Now to our conversation. But even before then, before I get to Doc, let me just remind you this morning that Ghana Man Capsules is for you if you need vitality to enhance your libido and good blood circulation. In fact, it's actually circulating around our discussion this morning. So make sure you take 1 capsule or 2 capsules daily to man up as a man. Ghana Man, it is for you. Make sure that you get it for you and for your other male friends as well. Second one this morning is Prostajoy capsules for anything prostate related. Now, if you've got frequent and painful urination, incomplete emptying of the bladder, you can take 2 capsules in a day to treat it, but to prevent it, you can take 1 capsule in a day. Prostajoy, Pee with ease, Pee with joy. It's available in all pharmacies and herbal shops nationwide. If you want to buy in bulk, please call 0244 727028 or 0244 754380. You can also check them out online, www.ghanaherb.com, Ghana, G-A-N-A herb.com, and you are good to go. So straight to our conversation for this morning. Let's talk about male infertility, especially down here in Ghana or Africa. It's something that is rarely talked about, but it would interest you to know that same way it is with women when it comes to infertility, it is nearly as with men as well. Research is telling us that 30% of women go through infertility. But did you know that 30% of men also go through infertility, and the other is spread across other factors? Why don't we talk about it here in Ghana? Why is it so difficult for men to talk about it or even to tell their own partners that they have sexual or reproductive challenges? This morning, Dr. Promise E. Sefoga. Cookie, your airway is not on point this morning. Sefoga. It's not Sefoga. Am I correct? Sefoga.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means God rings a bell. So God is ringing a bell.
Sefoga. God is ringing a bell for all the men to gather around to come and listen.
Listen to us.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. Now, Doc is a consultant and an obstetrician gynecologist, and he specializes in both male and female fertility. Doc, thank you so much for your time this morning.
You're welcome.
Very glad that you're here. Let's cater to the men this morning.
Yeah.
And in my introduction, I mentioned that this is rarely talked about, but it's very prevalent in men as it is in women. Why don't we talk about it?
Well, I mean, to start with, when we say infertility, we basically are talking about the couple. And so the couple's inability to conceive after they've been together for 12 months with regular unprotected sex. So indeed, it's a couple thing. And then we know from all our research that for every 10 couple, in 3 of them, the problem is exclusively pertaining to the woman. In another 3, it's exclusively to the man.
And the rest
another
of the
3 is a bit here, a bit here.
Okay.
And then one of them, we say it's unexplained. We don't know.
Right.
But unfortunately, society, culture, upbringing, everything has focused, even research has focused a lot on the woman. Yeah. And that goes with a lot of trouble for the women, you know, including the social stigma, and they suffer the abuse, social isolation, a lot of psychological and emotional trouble for being in that infertile relationship. Even though, as a matter of fact, the problem could equally be
The man.
relating to the man, yeah.
I see. So, first of all, before we even get to the causes of male infertility, I just would myself, and even for the sake of our viewers, would love to understand the anatomy of the male reproductive system. What does it consist of?
That's a big thing you're asking for.
Is it? Break it down for us.
Yeah.
Break it down.
So basically, we can
Yes, and if you can
see-
put that on the screen for us, exactly. So it's right that you can explain
Yes,
to us
good.
from here.
So the picture shows the male reproductive system. We have the testes on either side. Every man is born with 2 of the testes. And when a baby boy is in the mother's womb, the testes develop in the lower abdomen.
Okay.
And at some point during the growth, it descends down into the sac.
Where's Johnny?
Now, so those testes necessarily must descend.
They have to come
They
down.
have to come down before the baby boy is born, just so they can function properly. And as a matter of fact, in a few unlucky baby boys, the testy, one or the other or both, might get stuck along that journey of descending into the sac. And that also predisposes them to the problem of inability to produce sperms or some cancer of the testes, especially if it's not detected
Quick question,
and
please.
surgically brought down early enough.
There's not. Oh, so that's what I was going to ask. Clinically, something can be done to bring them down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we're able to detect it before the baby is born through the scans we do.
Right.
And then we plan that if this baby is born by this number of weeks, we have to do that minor surgery to pull it down and fix it at the right place. Right.
But it must be done on time.
It has to be done on time.
If the baby is, say, 2, 3, 4 years, can it? It's too late.
Too late. Should be done before 1.
Before 1, so that's the latest. After 1, you can't do anything to bring the testes
by
down.
6 months, yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So the testes are the major hub where the sperm production is done.
Okay.
Now, male fertility revolves largely around normal sperm formation.
Okay.
Right. And so the testes, the factory. So anything that would disrupt the function of the testes would give problem with the male's fertility function. So you see a long tube connecting the testes all the way, traveling through. I can come.
Yes, you can
great.
go to the board for us.
Beautiful. So then,
You can go down.
okay,
You can go down.
Go down, shoot from
Yes.
here. So this is the testis, and that's where sperm production takes place. Okay, and the sperm is produced here in millions on a daily basis, and they take about nearly 3 months to develop from state of production till maturity.
Okay.
And then once it is produced, it is stored at this part of the testis, and then during ejaculation, it travels down this long road through the prostate, and then it gets released here.
So you mean it travels up because the testis is already down? So
How did you know?
How did I know? Experience.
It is down here, right? Okay. So it travels all the way. So this tube kind of contracts to push it out, as though you are milking your yogurt.
Right.
So it travels all the way down through the bladder, base of the bladder, the prostate, and then it comes out.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So that any problem which would affect the production, anything that could cause blockage here, or anything that would make the penis unable to erect to let it out, would result in inability to impregnate the partner.
Now that you're done explaining all of that,
Yeah.
can you tell me and the viewers the causes
Right.
for erectile dysfunction or male infertility? Are they the same though?
No, they are not.
Exactly. So
They are
erectile dysfunction is different from male
Male infertility.
So please differentiate it for us.
So erectile dysfunction basically refers to the inability to have an erection which the man can sustain for a satisfactory sexual intercourse.
Okay.
Right. So it's purely a mechanical thing.
Right.
I mean, you're not able to erect, or you can erect, but it doesn't stay long enough for you to have adequate penetration, adequate sex, and ejaculate and
What
get the
causes
pleasure.
that?
A lot of the time, it's psychological. Other times, it is due to some medical disorders, uncontrolled diabetes, uncontrolled hypertension, or high cholesterol, among others.
Okay.
Or somebody has had a bad accident that damages the spine. So the nerves that are coming to the penis are faulty. Excessive smoking also causes that, as alcohol consumption does.
Alcohol does that too. It causes erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
Excessive smoking.
Yeah. Because for erection to happen, you need a large volume of blood to flow into the penis. Now, excess cholesterol, alcohol, uncontrolled diabetes, smoking causes some blockage in the blood vessels that are going down into the testes as it goes. So limited blood is flowing there, so you can't have enough to get an erection.
It's weird that you say that, because ironically, here in Ghana, men would jump on any bitters at all that they find.
Which is the biggest
Telling
problem.
them that's what will make them perform in bed. How do you reconcile
the biggest
two
problem? Then? So it may do something transiently, but doesn't solve the underlying problem. And as a matter of fact,
it can actually give you some erection though.
Yeah, because there's something inside. I don't know the percentage.
What's the percentage of erection alcohol or those bitters can give you?
I don't have an idea.
But just a teeny weeny bit of it.
Because they add other things that medically we would have used in some measured doses. Sometimes they do that. Okay. But we are more interested in dealing with the underlying condition because the aphrodisiacs have been known, and we are seeing a lot of young men coming down with kidney problems from excessive consumption of these things. Effects on the kidney, the liver, and these tend to be irreparable unless you can afford dialysis if it gets to that point for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know. So that is erectile dysfunction.
Right.
But when it comes to male infertility, it's a matter of, is the man producing enough sperms? Are the sperms normal? Are the sperms moving well so they can reach the egg when they are released in order to fertilize the egg?
It cannot reach the egg. Okay. Are there any risk factors? If it runs in your family, are you likely to go through it?
So if you look at the causes, some of the causes, okay, so for the testes to produce the sperm, the signal comes from the brain.
Okay.
Brain produces some signal that flows through the blood, and then the testis has the sensitivity to pick that the signal and then start producing. So sometimes, in a few cases, that signaling in the brain is defective, and now you're born with it. If it's detected, we can do some medications to correct it, to improve it, some injections. But fortunately, that's in just the minority of cases. A large majority, the problem is with the testes. Now, the risk factors, you say, would be some environmental factors.
Okay.
A lot of which revolve around lifestyle. Okay?
Okay.
So, if, for instance, the testes are exposed to a lot of heat, okay? So when God created a human body...
Doc, I would want you to hold on for me. We went on the streets yesterday, actually, in preparation for this discussion today. We asked a question, and these were the answers that we got. Take a look. We'll be right back.
Enti nia ese minini mienu ye ne se yetu anamon ko hospital, but at times no ya na hospital no emma first ya na onu ankasa be ma no complaini onu hu se ni hu nsuo na aba fom ti na enteme wo ba no na o complaini na ma waro de dada na wonwo na ti sei wo be hu na family no so edem sani ebeya ede atete no ebebre wo oba no eya me a min jai miku
me wale na se me wale be ma na me se ne hunsuo ne ngo ba min ja no ye be ko hospital an se e bia so ka wusu na ngo ba nka bia won ja o aha se no de ho aduro wo ho anu de ho aduro wo ho ti se wo ko na se ka se wonu aduro no kura no wo ngo de a na obetim ni na ja na wakọ ware foforo na wawo na akọ se doctor na ka se wonu aduro no betim wo ba de a ene na wa one na tra na wanu aduro no
ban sanso a se check up na fi se mbekọ na se betim nya aduro dia support oba na be ma na nkeye ba eni ba bre ntem empem bebre no eya asem tu pa ye pentem bua tem etina ye ya dey eyi na ma on kai se first nya san na ti o be chire no e na aba ne sa kama sere se nke ba ne sa na ye nyina be kwa adwem ban krom na ya dey se duro bi na ye be fa na doctor bi be na so obehwe na sa na metimi aba if se kan mo be dey e be bo.
Quite interesting, Doc, that people on the streets are actually agreeing that if the man has a problem like this, then of course we can go and seek medical help. But oftentimes, the men don't even talk about it. I chanced on a little video last week. There was a gentleman going to the doctor to see a gynae, and it was a female. But when he got there, he was like, no. The problem that he has, he cannot tell her, so he would prefer a male doctor. So just when she started to tell him that, no, I'm a professional, I can do this, then he was ashamed and standing there. Is it an ego problem?
Well, I mean, it's also largely because in our part of the world, a lot of the gynecologists are male, you know, and it tends to be the reverse elsewhere. And so they are not. I mean, people are surprised to see female gynaes here, but and of course, some women would also prefer female gynaes. Some too prefer. I mean, so it's just a socio-cultural thing. Yeah,
I see.
But of course, every gynae is professional to deal with the problems, either male or female.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been able to establish the problem. You've explained to us the causes and all that. People on the streets are also willing to go and seek clinical help. But tell us, what can you do if you have, number one, erectile dysfunction, and then number two, infertility?
Yeah. Good. So we need to relate that to the risk factors we talked about, so that if the testes are exposed to a lot of heat, it affects its ability to make the sperms, right? And other times, infections, including some of the STIs, can cause blockage in the tract, you know, where the sperm would have to travel through to get out, okay? Other times, when we exposed to radiations, maybe in your line of work, recently we have been learning that when you keep the laptop on your lap for men, there's some micro radiations that could affect the testes and the sperm production. You know, the long distance driving.
So like I'm sitting here right now, if it's a male doing this every day,
I would say watch it.
How about me, a female?
That hasn't been established yet, but I mean, probably because your ovaries are also down there in the lower abdomen. Yeah.
Wow.
But that hasn't been scientifically proven yet. But for
the males,
we're
it's
getting
been
some
proven.
concerns. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And working in a very hot environment in general, maybe a factory hand or very long distance driving, because you're sitting and then the balls are exposed to a lot of heat. Some men, when they wear very tight underwears, you know, the testes are supposed to operate at a temperature which is lower than the rest of the human body.
Okay.
So if God himself put it outside so that and you wear very tight things that will squeeze it to the rest of the body, you are exposing it to more. Exactly. You know, and sometimes, you know, the blood vessels we have, there are some around the testes and they get swollen. And that makes too much blood around the testes. And the blood has a long, that one. So the blood.
So which one? The one to the left or
the one
to the
left,
right?
you can see that there's some worm-like appearance there. It's called varicocele. It's an abnormal swelling of the blood vessel, you know, and so that makes the temperature a little higher. It's the second one is just to open it for you to see the blue. The left is normal.
So when you see this, it's super abnormal.
It's abnormal.
And can cause infertility.
Yeah, it affects the ability of the testes to make the sperms. So we may have to do a bit of surgery, some minor surgery to clip off some of those excess blood vessels, right? Okay. As a way of trying to solve the problem, okay? And of course, sometimes some cancers would need some surgery, and then you may need radiation. That form of radiation or chemotherapy would finish off the testes and you cannot be able to conceive or impregnate a woman later on. In which case, we then have to maybe take some of the sperms and freeze them before the man goes through this treatment, just so that after the treatment, we don't lose that ability to.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can lifestyle change adjustments also improve your rate of fertility if you're suffering from male infertility?
Absolutely. So that's the first starting point.
Okay.
because, like I said, if you're exposed to a lot of heat, you bath hot water every day, very, very hot and dark or black underpants every day, sitting in the hot water every day is heat. Heat, constant heat exposure to the testes. So again, that can be modified. Healthy eating, because if you are obese, it affects your hormones that signal the testes to produce the sperm. So lose a bit of weight, get more active, eat healthy, avoid a lot of junks and processed foods and a lot of sugar. If you've been diagnosed of diabetes, hypertension, or high cholesterol, do take the treatment seriously and religiously. And then come forward. The problem really is the men do not like to come forward.
That's the challenge.
So we can assess.
That's the issue.
You see, everybody, including the in-laws and church people, everybody in society is the woman. So when is the baby coming? So everybody automatically pushes the issue to the woman. And so the men kind of enjoy some cultural, diplomatic immunity. Meanwhile, like we have established, up to half of the cases could be relating to the man.
Yeah.
So if they come together as a couple and then we investigate, we're able to figure out where the problem is. We solve it. Problem is solved. Everybody is happy. Babies come. Family grows.
Are there over-the-counter medications for things like this, or they are purely prescribed all the time?
So you can establish that it is hard to tell from this man A, man B, what is causing your infertility.
Okay.
And so there is no one size fits all. So we need to assess that, okay, yours, when you come, we do what we call the sperm count or semen analysis. We want to see how many sperm cells are you producing in 1 ml of the fluid that comes when you ejaculate, which is called the semen. You need at least 20 million sperm cells. 20 million. And they have to be normal. So how normal are your sperms? Now, some of the sperms are not normal. Some have 2 heads, some have 2 tails, some have a small head.
If you want to go to the board, it's fine to
Yes.
show us which ones are normal and which ones are not normal.
So show me the next slide.
Okay. Danny, please, he wants the next slide.
Yes,
Okay.
very well. So this is a normal sperm, okay? It has that oval head, and this is the neck, and this is the tail. So the tail swings like that to give the sperm energy to swim up the female birth canal. This is abnormal. The head is still big. This will be unable to fertilize an egg, or if fertilize an egg, the baby would be abnormal.
Wow.
This is abnormal. The head is too small. This has 2 heads. It's just abnormal. This has 2 tails. That shouldn't be. This head is pointed. This head is like a coil, and that tail is not, that neck is not straight. So a whole host of abnormalities can result from the sperm production. Okay, and so we do the analysis to see, is it about your sperm count, just the numbers, or is it about you having too many of them being abnormal? Then medications to correct what the defect is.
Doc, but what causes low sperm count?
So low sperm count may be from heat exposure to the testes. That's one.
Still heat.
Still heat.
Okay.
Abnormal, like the weight. Obesity is one, right? And other medical conditions. Now, somebody may have had, you know what we call mumps. Mumps, when the jaws are swollen. Somebody may have had that infection before, maybe as a young boy. And if it's not dealt with properly, some of that virus goes to harbor in the testes.
No way.
And that damages the testes. So they are grown up now, and the testes is not able to produce sperms. Okay. Sometimes the low count is because the sperm is being produced all right, but it's not able to travel out for us to see. So it is stuck in the testes. So then that takes us to how we manage them.
Okay.
Right? So if we assess and we're able to tell that your problem is from the number of sperms is too low, medications to improve it are there. Other times it is the movement which is not good. We have specific medications to try to improve the movement. Other times the fluid that comes contain no sperm cells at all.
So that's the question I wanted to ask you, that how does a man know that he's got low sperm counts? Because after ejaculation, you can see maybe there's a lot of fluid out there.
Yeah.
So how do you convince me or tell me that he's suffering from low sperm count?
So that's only determined when we analyze whatever is coming You see, and that can only be done in a hospital.
So it could be just empty semen.
Oh, we see a lot of that.
Coming out.
Yes,
Nothing
and that's what we call the
it.
azoospermia. So the fluid comes all right, but there is no single sperm inside. And it could be that the testes are not producing the sperms, or it is being produced but stuck. That track is blocked.
But as a man, are there any signs and symptoms you can actually see and know that, no, I think I'm suffering from low sperm count?
No.
You cannot.
Because this is microscopic. We need to look under the microscope to see.
So it can only be clinically proven.
Exactly.
And even the types of sperms that you're talking about, two heads, it's abnormal here and there.
Yeah.
You as a man or you as a human being can never tell unless you go to the clinic.
Yes, this is microscopic diagnosis.
Okay.
Okay. So based on what we find, then appropriate intervention.
Not even when you think that your semen is too watery or too thick?
So very occasionally, some men are able to tell that, when I was younger, it used to be thicker. Now it's a lot watery. And that brings them forward.
Okay.
And then you check and you realize, yeah, indeed, the count is low. But that's not a very reliable way. Whatever the problem is, it has to be done scientifically so we can be sure.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And in solving the problem, sometimes, if it is low, then we may just need to take the sperm, give the woman some medication so that she also ovulates, and then we have to push the sperm all the way into the uterus, just so we reduce the distance of travel for the sperm.
Right.
Right. Other times, the weakness in the sperm movement or the count is so low that we need to take the woman's eggs, take the sperm and fertilize it in the lab. That's what we call in vitro fertilization.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
So we form the pregnancy before we put it back inside the womb.
Doc, you have to come back next week. Is that okay?
That's fine.
A lot of people are out there who want to call us, who want to interact with you, but unfortunately we cannot do it today. So we'll just pause here. Please remember where you left off next week when you come back. But Dr. Promise E. Safoga, he is a consultant, obstetrician, and gynecologist. He specializes in male and female fertility. He's back here again next week, Wednesday, to expatiate more on this very topic. We have a lot more coming up here. Don't go anywhere, Doc. Thank you so much for your time. In the meantime, is there any number someone can call you on before you come next week? Can I give this number out?
Yeah.
Which one? The
0302.
Okay, so it's 0302 631 0302 631 You can call Doc on this number. Prepare all your questions if you're unable to reach him till he gets here next week. Thank you so much, Doc. Have a pleasant day. We have a lot more coming up here on TV3 New Day. Please don't go anywhere.
A serene environment, state-of-the-art teaching and learning materials, dedicated teachers, small class sizes, and world-class facilities define the excellence at Startright Montessori and Christian College.
It's a very nice school and I really love it.
The Montessori Primary, Junior High School, and Senior High School levels offers a world-class educational experience.
Looking to choose a school for your ward? Choose right. Choose soft skills. Choose Startright.
We also run international programs such as the Cambridge O and A levels. We have boarding facilities as well with spacious dormitories. Locate Startright Montessori and Christian College on the Startright Lane off Finey Road, New Botiano. Call us on 0244 098881 or 0244 522 350 or visit our website at www.scc.edu.gh.
I invite you to bring your ward to Startright Montessori School and Startright Christian College.
Startright Montessori and Christian College, the best world-class education experience in Ghana.
Burgers for 6. Did you say 6? Open the app. Ding dong. Global. Your favorite moment.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Ding dong. Global.
Go on.
Order what you want. With here, bring anything you want. Ding dong. Global.
Order it now. Download the app. Order a Global and we will deliver.
Ding dong. Global.
Go! Listen, I have good news for you. This is guaranteed to make you rich forever and ever.
When you wake up and you feel like things are not working, I know what you're searching for. I'm alerting you.
Ajay, madam, please.
QNet does not make false promises.
What did Mama tell you?
Report suspicious activities at 0256 630 005. Remember to stay safe. Mama and QNet are here for you. Don't forget what Mama said.
The 2022 edition of 3FM's Tour de Ghana is here. This will be another assembly of great cyclists in and around Ghana. We'll bring you a double dose. 2 days of unstoppable cycling will begin on Saturday, April 30th, from Central University through Adan, Sogakope, Adidome, before a temporary stop in Ho. That is a staggering 155 kilometers. On Sunday, May 1st, the race resumes from Ho through Atimpoku, Somenya, Dodoa, Oyibi, and then to Valley View University. That adds another 134 kilometers, totaling 289 kilometers. Registration has begun and ends on April 27th. Remember, there will be no registration on the day of event, and cycling teams must register together. Registration fee is 150 Ghana cedis only. To register, call 055 00 52 927. 3FM Tour de Ghana. Let's find Ghana's fastest cyclist.
Tour de Ghana is brought to you by Super Yogo, King Legend Energy Drink, Oba Evaporated Milk, Kale Charcoal, Vena Mineral Water, Investcorp, Prudential Life, Lonat, Regiman.
Unfortunately, they just didn't make the cut, and that's the reason why they are not there.
This is the one night that's solely dedicated to the music industry.
I get it, but it was really high. It's supposed to be on the waist.
But it feels so good, like being recognized by the whole country. I think every producer in Ghana actually wants to win the VGM award.
It helped me to get more and more creative.
Son of Jacob, he will come out sometime. We're almost done.
But the Jesus in me says, I deserve to be there.
I mean, I still record and make sure my fans are eating enough from my vocal.
Oh, you're good.
Listen, they don't know. They don't know.
Will you do better than that?
3 record labels in Ghana.
Lennox.
Who does it look like?
Adina.
Who's this?
That's Stefia.
You should have said it with your chest.
I, Crystal Kwame Ayi, your ultimate turn-up MC, have you completely covered. I'm bringing you all the info, the tea, the juice, right here on the Road to VGMA 23.
Road to VGMA's show Saturdays at 5 p.m. on TV3. Hello there! GMB 2022 is here, and TV3 is celebrating its 25th anniversary, and so we're giving you the opportunity to suggest the next queen from your region. All you have to do is to post a picture of that beautiful queen from your region. Tag her. Tag at TV3 Ghana with the hashtag GMB 2022 on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and she could be the next queen. So start posting and tagging now. Ghana's most beautiful, redefining beauty to promote national unity.
Since 2014, the Sweden Ghana Medical Center, SGMC, has helped many Ghanaian teachers with free cancer treatment. This timely intervention has saved the lives of many members of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, including their spouses and children.
That financial stress that NAT took, that was a big relief. It was a big relief to the family.
With increasing awareness, many more NAT members are getting free treatment of cancer at SGMC. But in order to sustain this life-saving scheme, NAT is appealing to all members to consider contributing only 5 Ghana cedis monthly instead of 2 Ghana cedis.
We are asking that let us together increase the money from the 2 Ghana cedis to the 5 Ghana cedis.
Remember, a monthly contribution of only 5 Ghana cedis to NAT will ensure that all teachers, together with their spouses and children, continue to enjoy free treatment at SGMC. Watch NAT R on TV3 as various beneficiaries share their touching life-saving stories.
Nat Hour, a documentary of hope for Ghanaian teachers. Nat Hour shows Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. and on Sundays at 1:30 p.m. on TV3.
Welcome back. It's TV3 New Day, and thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. We're about to have a conversation that will reshape your minds, because the concept of ethics and also how to maximize your profit, scale up within the business space has come up many times. But Stanford Seed Transformation Network Ghana is taking the lead by putting together its maiden edition of the Ethics and Critical Thinking Forum as part of its Entrepreneurs Learning Series. It's a platform for business leaders, business operators, and all the key stakeholders within the space, and how to improve the market environment, the business environment, and also how to do business in the right way, ethically, and also from a critical thinking point of view. I've been joined this morning by Mr. Samuel Apenting. He's the MD of Joy Sam Group, and Daniel Kumi Anani is Executive Coordinator of Stanford Seed Transformation Network Ghana. Gentlemen, welcome. How are you doing?
Good. Good morning, Johnny.
For the benefit of our viewers who may not be too familiar with what Stanford Seed Transformation Network is, what is it?
Thank you, Johnny, and good morning to your listeners, and good morning to the members of the Stanford Seed Transformation Network all across the globe. So, Stanford Seed is a Stanford Business School initiative, Stanford Graduate School of Business initiative for ending global poverty by partnering with business leaders and business owners across the world in order to impact their communities and end the cycle of global poverty. So this program, the Stanford Seed program, is a year-long program that takes business owners and business leaders and managers through various skills and various programs that aids business transformation. And in Ghana, we have over 120 companies or 120 business leaders who have gone through this transformation program. And it's after the transformation program that you join the Stanford Seed Transformation Network, which are past participants of the Stanford Seed program. And applications, people who want to join the network would have to go through the program. And applications are opened for business leaders to apply to the Stanford Seed program in order to transform their businesses.
So why has it become necessary at this time to organize ethics and critical thinking platform for the categories of people that Daniel talks about?
Thank you very much. I have been in business for a very long time. And I think that those of us who have operated in the business space clearly know that if you really are looking at a long haul, you've got to put in place structures and systems to guide your business, you know, not just a quickie kind of thing where you just make some money and then you just go off. But you are looking beyond yourself to the next generation and beyond. You've got to put in place a mindset, critical thinking. You've got to come to a point where human actions are properly guided with codes of conduct that basically will fit all the challenges that you are likely to come across. So that is why we are preparing people to go beyond just ordinary trading to creating visionary enterprises that can outlast us and our generation and create the kind of employment and job creation that can lower the cycle of poverty, especially in Africa, in the not too foreseeable future.
I see. What are the components of this program, this workshop? What will it entail particularly? You have told me the broader concept, but when we meet, at that conference? If I'm a participant, what am I to expect?
Expect to be challenged in the way you look at things. I expect to see things from different perspectives. In fact, the whole concept of critical thinking means that don't write off any idea, because really, a lot of the so-called bad ideas give birth to good ideas.
Wow.
And so when you come and you listen to all shades of opinion, you can really make a very informed decision and give you a lot of options in the business space. But I also think that all of us know how difficult our environment is.
Right.
And so when you are operating a business, you need to be guided by principles. It's been estimated, actually, that the cost of non-quality is about 30%. And so a lot of things that we do which are not very ethical, which are not in alignment with principles, actually cost us about 30%, you know, of our profits and margins. And so it's important that you come to learn how to start well, do things well, change your mindset, and be able to do things by optimizing the way you do things, you know. And I think that you will obviously find that in the short term it may not pay, but in the long term you'll reap the benefits.
I see. Daniel, let's talk about the speakers, or if you like, the facilitators at this workshop, critical thinking, ethics. What are we looking at?
So we have selected various business leaders across industry with so much experience to share when it comes to critical thinking and ethics. We have Mr. Samuel Apintin, who is the Managing Director of Joysam Group. We have Dr. Michael Ajekum, who is the CEO of Mikaldo Holdings. We have the Rector of GIMPA, who is Professor Kweku Bonsu. We have Professor Angela Oforiata, who is a clinical psychologist. Mr. Appington was talking about mindset. To, you know, all these things, all these concepts starts with mindset, how people think. So at this workshop, the clinical psychologist, who is Professor Angela Oforiata, is going to position the minds of participants in order to embrace the concept of critical thinking. And we have also the CEO of the Automation Group Ghana, Mr. Kweku Asma, also at part of the speakers.
Right. When is this happening?
So the event is tomorrow, Thursday.
Tomorrow, Thursday, okay.
Yes, 28th of April 2022 at Best Western Premier Hotel at Airport. Best Western Premier Hotel at Airport. And the theme for this workshop is influencing teams through critical thinking and ethics. So how do business leaders, line managers influence their teams to adhere to the highest standard of ethics and also think critically to solve challenges and problems that they encounter in their daily business.
Mr. Who can participate? Because I see the team of facilitators and speakers, crack team, very well experienced, but who can participate?
Well, to start with, it's free.
Okay.
And open to everybody who is interested. And so we're actually inviting people through your medium to really go online and also call a number which I'm sure Daniel will outline very soon, and then you can get registered, you know, to be able to participate. But we are desirous of seeing a lot more Ghanaians and Ghanaian business people, especially the young ones who have begun on a very beautiful trajectory of building up good business models. To all participate, because then we can influence the next generation.
Interesting. And it's from what time to what time?
It's from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
It is a full-day conference.
Full-day conference.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What's the number and
So-
the website? How do I log in? So you don't get shocked and overbooked.
Yeah. So if you want to register, you call on 050 562 3226.
Say that again, please.
050
Right.
562 3226.
Okay.
Or on social media, Facebook, Instagram, you can find us at Stamford Seed Transformation Network Ghana.
Right.
Seed Transformation Network Ghana. And you can visit us on our website, stnghana.org.
Right.
stnghana.org.
Until you have the closing thoughts. I'm sure that with all your experience and everything, people are eager and itching to meet you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Again, for sake of emphasis, what should they come expecting?
I think that Ghana has basically made quite significant improvements, okay, from independence. But we are still very low when it comes to production and productivity. When it comes to business practices, we are still quite challenged with how to really run businesses, into the future. Just about a few companies are beyond 40, 50 years in Ghana.
That's right.
You wouldn't find too many clear examples of companies that have gone beyond 50, 100 years. And so we think that, look, let's come and think together. In fact, the presentations that will be made will still be subject to critical thinking. You would have a chance to really question them as to whether the issues they are raising are quite relevant within our context.
Right.
Okay? And globally, we are all challenged. I mean, we've gone through a pandemic and we've had a lot of challenges. So most businesses are going this way, but struggling and working out systems that can bring them out. Others, obviously, were blessed, quote unquote, with the pandemic because then it actually opened opportunities.
Right.
But we all have gone through some learnings. And I think tomorrow, what we would like to do will be to get all of us to start thinking about how do we face these challenges as a country, as a continent? How do we come out and become the global giants that we read about every time, everywhere?
Right.
And I guess that is probably an opportunity for us to come build the right ethics, because I believe you me, anytime you do something wrong, it will cost you.
It will.
Ultimately.
It will. Thank you very much. That's Mr. Samuel Apenting, MD, Joy Sam Group, and also Daniel Kumi Anani is Executive Coordinator for Stanford Seed Transformation Network, Ghana. And special good morning to you, Mrs. Linda Ampa, President of the Stanford Seed Transformation Network here in Ghana. And Mr. Apenting talks about ethics. My ethics class will always tell you that your action will have a consequence, but your character and the motive behind it will be the ultimate gain. So 4 points that will be there. Well, happy birthday to Senam Geraldo. You're in Hohoi, Lolonyon FM. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday also to Dr. Emmanuel Adipa-Adipo, Medical Officer, member of the COVID-19 management team of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Happy birthday to you, Doc. Happy birthday also to Thelma Jigbodi Yevu. You're 1 year today. This is from your family. To you, Kelvin Ni Noi Dowona of Opikma Christian Town, Kaswa. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Madam Barbara Gazy of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, and also to you, Father Isaac Mensah, Parish Priest, St. Peter's Parish, Shama Junction. To you, Richmond Odate Lamte, teacher at Kimbu Secondary Technical School. You're with the Visual Arts Department. Also to you, Francis Nkrumah sends one to Elvis Kofi of SIC Laf Mokola Branch. Belated happy birthday. Mrs. Abigail Nayamole Lutrot, wife of Councillor George Lutrot, and happy birthday to Comrade Suleiman Adam. Also to you, Doris Asitina Mensah of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. And last but not least, from Chris Coney, sends a happy birthday to Rosemary Beryl Archer, Deputy CEO, Banking and Business at the Ghana Exim Bank. So this is from Chris Coney to Rosemary Beryl Archer, Deputy CEO, Banking and Business, Ghana Exim Bank. We'll return from the break. We have entertainment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The 2022 edition of the 3FM Tour de Ghana is on the heat to stardom, and to find Ghana's fastest cyclist is building up. Yes, on the 30th of April 2022, the race will begin from the Central University all the way to Ho for a rousing night full of cultural activities, bonfire, bobobo, barbecue, artist performances, and many more. Next, on the 1st of May, the race will continue from Ho all the way to Valley View University, Oyibi, for the crowning of the winner of this year's 3FM Tour de Ghana. Don't be left out. Register now.
Tour du Ghana is brought to you by Super Yogo, King Legend Energy Drink, Oba Evaporated Milk, Kel Chaco, Vena Mineral Water, Investcorp, Prudential Life, Lonat, Regiman. Season 7 of your favorite drama-filled, entertaining dating game show is here.
Selected single gentlemen, 10 of them. Are you ready? Let's bring on the guys.
I like it.
The guys edition, where 10 single guys pitch for one single lady.
I present to you a group of Abigail.
This is the bone of my bone, fresh of my fresh.
Adam, fresh Adam, what's it fresh?
Giovanni, this is a typical example of God is a woman.
This was for a to go bundle. Spy. No. Spy. But what's your kind of woman? I like breast. I'm not supposed to say it though.
No, don't say it.
Do you have a favorite already? Stop it.
10 single ladies, one single guy.
That's what the ladies there.
Wicked mood activated.
Oh, sir.
I'm not lowering my standard for anybody again.
Oh, I think I'm agreeing with my sister down here. No reason to drop standards.
Up at this, up.
Wait, Giant.
Hold on, yo.
Catch all the drama, fun, and excitement in the new season of Date Rush.
18 piercing. While piercing the nipple. Date Rush!
Everyone deserves love.
The all-new season of Date Rush shows every Sunday at 8 p.m. on TV3. Don't miss it. Date Rush is sponsored by
Rush Energy Drink,
Airtel Tigo, Life is Simple, Fun Ice, Gino Max, Geisha, Close Up, and supported by Enapa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Mosquito Coil, Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Papa's Pizza, Darling Lemon, Freedom, HD Plus, Duffy's Health and Beauty.
TV3, Ghana's #1 over the years. We have brought you top-notch news.
E-Levy implementation begins May 1.
We have introduced award-winning reality shows. We have provided unrivaled entertainment, lifestyle, and sports content.
Sports will bring you detailed coverage of these games. When the time comes, we will be ready.
We have given you outstanding documentaries and breathtaking feature stories.
Water that people drink.
We are diversified. We have the men and the women. We are first in news and best in entertainment. Celebrating 25 years of leadership.
To build a healthy community, health education cannot be overlooked.
What better way to educate the entire population than through your authoritative and exciting Vodafone Healthline?
Vodafone Healthline is back with season 10. That's 10 years of giving all members of the society equal access to relevant, credible medical information.
10 years of encouraging healthy lifestyle practices among the populace.
10 years of offering life-saving surgeries to deprived patients with critical medical conditions.
Vodafone Healthline has been revamped for season 10 with the introduction of new and exciting segments.
Health and fitness experts, engagement with specialists and other experts, and not forgetting Mythbusters.
Don't miss season 10 of Vodafone Healthline.
Because it's 10 years of driving social change and improving lives.
Vodafone Health Line Season 10 shows Saturdays at 4 p.m. on TV3.
The words you say hurt me so much. I should miss so should me more that much. And chana nipa huwa flow nipa. I know they bother too much, but men so me want feelings be. And see we are my dear, so me pesa me de won't before be show me move. Treat me like your brother, treat me like your sister, and make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister, treat me like your brother, and treat me like your sister, please make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister, ain't it so woman, so me da baby, Wami, the house is here. Minya macron Italia. Moja die fru sunny woman, body be
very interesting. But young Phil Bettino is Africa's first autistic cyclist. It's still the month of April, and we are creating more awareness about autism because worldwide it is the month set aside to create more awareness. Now, I'm particularly happy about this conversation because it's going to send, number one, a signal to you out there and to encourage you, especially parents who've got autistic children, that it's not the end of the world. You do not have to write them off. With the right type of care and attention, and with time, they can actually become the most amazing human beings that you could ever have. Just like young Phil Bettino here, who was born autistic, but he's doing amazing. To think that he's Africa's first autistic cyclist is even a big achievement that I cannot even contain right now. But good morning to you. That's the mother, Phil's mother, Angel Aqua Bettino. She's the CEO, founder of Counselor of Listino. Am I correct? Okay. And it's a center for children with special needs. And she happens to be the mother of Phil. How are you? You're feeling good? I see he's super excited because he's on TV. And he just saw me, and then he started mentioning my name, Cookie, and all that. But it's amazing to see him. But first of all, I would just want to find out what it's been. When you gave birth to him and you realized that it was autistic, initially, without all these knowledge that you've been able to gather now, then how was it?
Thank you so much. I married a little early, but I gave birth late. So Phil woke at the age of 7 months. So 7 months, and then he started babbling, Mama, Dada, those kind of things. All of a sudden, around 1 year, 6 months to 1 year, 8 months, it ceased. Now Phil was very hyper. When you talk, he cannot respond. And then all what he was saying just vanished like that. And then it got to a time, he can't point something at the top. He can't point something. Even if it's just water he needs, he will just go for it. If he cannot see it, he'll be crying. You will know what is actually wrong with him.
He couldn't communicate for you to understand him.
And then he was speaking his own language.
Wow.
As if it's Spanish or...
He was born here in Ghana.
Yes.
But he couldn't even speak any of the local languages. No English, nothing. But when he was born, what language were you speaking at home?
Actually, he's speaking Infante. Okay. And then the normal...
But he couldn't pick that up.
No. So when I gave birth to the other siblings, and then they were...
Normal?
Yes. Like they were regular.
Right.
So we got to a time I went to a supermarket with the same age of another girl, where the girl was pointing something at the top, Mommy, I want this, Daddy. So I stood there and looked at the girl. So I asked the mother, how old is your daughter? He said that the age he mentioned is the same age, even mine. As Phil. Phil was even some days earlier than the girl. So when I got, I said, no, there's something wrong. So when I came home, I told my husband that there's something wrong with Phil.
So what age was that?
That was 1 year, 8 months.
Almost 2 years?
Yes.
Okay.
So we took him to school, and then they called us that I see my son is in the different world.
Wow.
In fact, it was a blow to me that you tell me that my son is, if there's another this thing, I just tell me, but the different world, meaning what? So I will just give it to you, then I'll take my child from there. Then I went to Kolebu. They said that maybe it's a delay of speech.
Okay.
So I met one professor, but now, that I was almost getting to 80 years. He told me that you should use one language to communicate with him in the house, maybe to help.
Okay.
So we tried that one and still. So around 4 years, Phil was very hyper. You can't control him anywhere. You can't go to church. When you go to church, you start where the altar is, where young
That's
Phil
where he will go to.
Wherever that they say that there is nobody will not go. That's where young Phil will be. So around 6 years, we went to National Assessment Center, and then I went to psychology and said that no, Phil is in the spectrum. Then in fact, it wasn't easy. That time, prayers upon prayers, and this thing. Even there, I was seriously in denial state. There's nothing that nobody would tell me that. So after that, I think we went to church, and I feel pick one sobolo, and then somebody, one of the branches, and they beat him. It was a Mother's Day. That's what I said to myself, that no, I should accept my son today. After the crying and everything, so I started learning about the autism spectrum disorder.
Wow.
Then I got to know that it is a sensory processing disorder. It can be a biological too.
Right.
Then I started learning upon it. So I met people that have recovered their children, maybe some of them two, others one. So I said, what is it? They told me that my son's situation cannot get any percentage that. I said, yes, but I will help others.
Amen.
So through that and this, so 6 months therapy and then food, I saw Phil, the chronic sleeping problem is off. Now
okay, so take it easy. I know you want to narrate a lot, but there are so many people with the same challenge. So if you say 6 months therapy, so you use food and what?
Food and the therapy, touch-based therapy.
Okay, so hold on. When you say food, what didn't he like and what did he like and how did you adjust it?
Normally, we have food that we normally eat in every house that contain gluten.
Okay, our normal Banku rice,
which is not good for them.
All of them. It doesn't differ from one person in the spectrum to the other. Almost all of them do not do well.
98%.
Do not do well with the carbs.
Yes, almost 98%.
Okay, please
go on. Then we realized that it's the sensory processing disorder or sensory nervous system. So if that, meaning we have something called gut. It's the long intestine from the throat here to the anus. That's the longest one. Okay. That helps the sensory nervous system to get the information to the brain. Meaning, if because it's having issue, they haven't got issue. That's why they have constipation and those things. So if I'll be able to keep that gut, meaning Phil will not chew the hand, Phil can sit still, Phil can, the communication can, because they get the communication, but not on time. Because we can call him at times, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks before he can respond. Yes. It's not that they are not getting
to you after a week or two, after you've called
At times, even 6 months before they remember that, yes, you are there, then they'll be calling your name.
How then did you get him to cycle, to start cycling?
We realized that I think anytime I would take him to school, it's one of the British schools that he used to go to school. Okay. So when I'm taking him to school with the siblings, you see anybody sitting on the bike,
then he gets excited.
Yes, he want to roll the glass down, then be touching the person. I said, meaning, then I have studied that almost 98 to 99% are visual learners. Meaning, what he is seeing, he can practice on it. So we bought one bicycle. So we started in the house. You'll be holding the wall, and then they'll be pushing you. You fall down. First, he was riding backwards, because they learn backwards.
And that's him on the screen right now. From falling down, riding backwards, and all that. And so, you were able to just notice by his reaction when he saw other cyclists.
Yes. So the first thing he did from creating awareness is from Adenta to Booty Falls. And he donated something for the children. Wow. And then the next one he did from Sogakope to Ho.
Right.
And then recently, I think last year, he did one from Adenta to Shire Hills. So when you go to Shire Hills right now, his picture in his documentary is there.
He's helping the communities, giving them books.
Because what he is doing is, he couldn't be in a classroom. Okay. He's doing homeschooling. Right. But others also need help. Others are still in denial. So when they see him, he gives them hope. When they see him, they also say that they too can do it.
I am even encouraged this morning. That's him right there, riding on your screens. And even apart from that, I see he loves music as well. Yes. He's able to play the keyboard. Yes. How did you realize his love for the keyboard?
As I said, even the swimming, he used 4 years.
As well?
Yes, he used 4 years before touching the water. So if you don't have time, you don't.
So it's a lot.
Yes, it's patience. And then energy to it, because you go, you pay every month, you go, feel not even he's afraid of the water. So 4 years before he started touching the water. That is the same thing. The musical, the elder brother started helping him small. Before we give Phil to somebody that, okay, you are the professional, you should help him. We have already helped Phil
at home
before you give Phil to somebody.
Phil, you are in the studio right now. You cannot write, but you can, of course, play the keyboard. Do you want to play something? What do you want to play for us? So when I speak to him now, he understands.
Yes. Now, left to it, how he will communicate with you, like the way.
Exactly, but he can understand me. He can do what he says. Phil, play something. We still want to hear you. So we are getting his instructor to come and help, because he's so used to the instructor, and every time he's playing, he would want him around him. So maybe, he's coming over to join Phil so that they can give us some piece of good music this morning. But Auntie Bettino, so you were telling me that initially you would go to the mall, he would get missing, you take him to events, he would get missing, but you've been able to overcome all of that. How did you do it?
I remember there was a day that he was vacation, and Phil entered somebody's boot. And then the person was going out to
going home.
Yes, so he said that somebody's boot. And then the following day, Phil, the gate was there. He just opened the gate
and walked out.
You saw, he liked pets, so he saw one of some dogs, and so he followed them. He couldn't trace them. This thing. So when we saw him at the Medina police station, I think he was hungry. I think the following day. So when he come here, when you are eating, you want to put the hand in. So we use the banku to hit this thing. So you could see that the hand was swelling and this thing.
And you were telling me earlier that sometimes he would cut himself.
Yes, you could see this thing.
Why did he used to do that?
I told you that they are visual learners. When they see you using a blade or something, they also want to try. And then they don't feel pain. Phil wasn't feeling pain, anything like pain. No,
so he could just cut himself anyhow,
himself,
anytime.
And he's happy that he see blood.
He's really special. He's happy that he's seeing blood, even though he's cut himself and all that.
And now when he see blood cry,
he's running away from it.
Even go.
Okay, so let's go back to Phil. He's trying to play something with his instructor.
Right, play.
Young Phil Bettino over there with his instructor. Listen, you've done an amazing job. So you had your own job. You let it go to dedicate your time to learn about this spectrum, to be there for your son, and also now to open a center that's able to train other mothers or parents to be able to take the awards who have this challenge. Is it even a challenge? I don't think it's a challenge. It's a gift. It's a blessing. They are just made in a different way, in a special way. You've done amazing. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I'm sure there are parents out there who would want to be part of your center. Is there a number they can call?
Yes.
Okay.
024 13 99990.
Please say it again.
024 13 99 990.
Right.
What I would tell parents is they should accept their children.
Okay.
No matter what the situation is, the Creator gave us for something.
And I see he's very controllable right now. He's not as hyper as he used to be. You can actually control him. He can actually live with everybody peacefully. Fantastic. Angel Aqua Bettino, she's the CEO, founder of Counselor of Listino Center for Children with Special Needs. She gave out her number. You can get in touch with her if you're having a child or anybody at all around you who has the spectrum. She would be able to help. Young Phil, thank you for coming. He still wants to play something.
Yeah, he was playing Harry Belafonte. But Mama, I admire your strength and tenacity. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
May God bless you.
You've done so well. Congratulations to you.
And please, Phil cook very well.
Yes, I'm told that he can also really bake as well.
Bake.
I'll come
because
home. We'll do something together.
So,
oh, there's a special bread he eats.
Yes, a special bread he eats. It's special water he drinks. He doesn't drink. It's a bowl, a different bowl that he eats from it.
Okay.
The dress, eat from everybody's bowl.
No.
That's his own special bowl. So that's him right there.
Yes,
cooking. I see. I see. Good one. Let's do some birthday dedications before we go. Benis Mauli, it's your birthday. Komla Klute right here is sending you a lot of love and God's blessings on your birthday. Happy birthday from Chris Coney. I think you did this one.
Yes, I did that
Yes, you did that one. And did you do the one to Mama Ruth?
No.
Okay, so happy birthday to Mama Ruth from Aguna Swedru. Return to the Lord Ministry. They are wishing you well on your special day. And also from Mabna, she's also wishing you well. And I think Andani sent me something earlier. Yes, happy birthday to Samuel Akwesi Owusu Boateng from Adepa GH of Media General Producer for Bribi Jojo Onua TV. I'm happy you're part of my life. May the good Lord shower his blessings upon you. Much love to you. If it's your birthday out there.
Sorry, Daniel Adapo sends birthday wishes to Honorable Farouk Mahama. It's your birthday today. Daniel Adapo is the PR of Chizzy Picture. Says Farouk Mahama, happy birthday to you. And also to his big brother, Dr. Daniel Adipo. Happy birthday to you. And to our very own Portia Gabo.
It's her birthday today?
Yeah, it's Portia Gabo's birthday today. Can you put up Portia's picture?
Phenomenal storyteller.
I send the picture to you. Can you put up
phenomenal storyteller, Portia Gabo. Yeah, Portia Is it Gabo or Gabo?
Gabo.
I'm loving our colors today.
Solomon, yeah.
I'm loving our colors. We're blending, yeah. And thank you to Pamoni Clothing. Okay, let's finish. So
Portia, happy birthday to you, Portia. Live long. We call her Porsche in the newsroom.
Yeah. And when it comes to charity, she's number one. Porsche. Her stories will touch you.
Yeah, Porsche, you have some pork on me. She likes pork with bones.
She likes pork?
Yeah, the bones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has a beautiful picture that we sent to you.
Oh, yeah?
We can quickly do it. So, Phil, play something for us.
F.
You want key F? Okay. Oh, you want F major? Oh, wow.
Thanks to Pamoni Clothing. Thank you so much for always clothing me on this show. I am very grateful. She's on Instagram. Please check her out. Pamoni Clothing. Yeah.
And to Grandpa Clothing.
Yeah, you always look amazing.
I'm learning from you.
Yeah, small.